Wow. This PlayStation VR headset really is revolutionary. I mean, it's really fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's not the PlayStation VR.
Wait, what? You kidding me? Just spent over £100 on this thing. What's up, YouTubers? James the Thunder here. This time we're going to be talking about virtual reality, as today Sony officially announced the price and everything like that for PlayStation VR. Now, that's the only virtual reality headset I'm going to be talking about because that's the one I would be most likely to buy personally. But information on all the others have been, talked about in great detail by other great YouTubers like Alpha Omega Sin and Boogie2988. So I'm only going to be talking about the PlayStation headset necessarily, but also VR as a concept. So I'm going to be offering basically my thoughts of virtual reality, what's kind of holding me back from getting it, my concerns, my thoughts, and my overall just general ramblings on the subject. So while I'm at it, before I get started, please subscribe down below, like this video, share on social media and all that sort of thing. Please comment in the comment section below as well. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of my opinions in this video, because I'm always interested in reading other people's opinions. So, before we get started, virtual reality. Everyone's kind of touting virtual reality as this next big thing that's going to take over the gaming community and change the way we play games forever. And do I think that's the case? Probably not, but I'll keep an open mind. Oh, trust me, I would love to see virtual reality really take off, really evolve into new experiences. I mean, I'm thinking about Sword Art Online and exactly where virtual reality could lead us to. But, of course, that could just all be a pipe dream, and who knows what's actually around the corner. So this could just be a leap stone into the future of, Sword Art Online style gaming. If you haven't seen Sword Art Online, I recommend you do. If you have seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So at the moment, it's just sort of something you put over your face to actually just basically you move your head and the sensors know which way you're looking. You can basically control your vision basically just by moving your head. So it's an interesting concept. It's always been an interesting thing for me. The thing I had at the start of the video is the cheapest virtual reality headset currently available, which is Google Cardboard. You put your smartphone in there. There's a couple of apps I've kind of tested it a little bit, and it is honestly an immersive experience. Even with a really cheap thing like Google Cardboard, with your virtual, with your smartphone in there, playing these really cheap games. Honestly, it's a really immersive experience, and it's not like anything I've ever experienced before. But at the same time, I do have my own reservations about the technology and the limitations of it. And honestly, I wouldn't really be that hesitant to pick it up if it wasn't for the price tag. Now, Sony announced that PlayStation VR is going to be $399 or £349, I think, here in the UK. So that's quite a hefty price tag. It's nearly $400 in America. That sounds really weird, a British person saying bucks. But nearly $400 in America, and about £349 here in the UK, roughly. So, I mean, that's quite a hefty price tag for something that really hasn't tested itself when it comes to longevity in the gaming community. I mean, how many times have we seen things come out, different types of technology, not just in gaming, that have, cost an arm and a leg for people to buy, and then they haven't really taken off, and then they just kind of get forgotten about and lost. And that's kind of my worry with virtual reality. I mean, things do quite well for a short period of time. In the 1980s there was this thing, there was this hover car, it could drive on land, it could drive on sea, and everyone called it revolutionary. But at the same time, do you see anyone driving them today? No, they kind of fizzled out because no one wanted to buy them, despite the fact that it was this interesting new technology. 3D films as well kind of come and go every sort of 20 years or so. In the 20s there was a 3D boom, in the 40s there was a 3D boom, in the 60s there was a 3D boom, in the 80s there was a 3D boom, and over the last 10 years there's been a 3D boom, and it always kind of builds up and then dies back down. So I'm not saying VR is going to be that sort of technology, but at the end of the day there's always that risk. And if you're going to invest that much money into this new technology that hasn't proven itself when it comes to longevity, there's always that risk. But of course, I'm not saying don't buy one, because we need people to invest in it in the first place for it to have that longevity. Trust me, I know that argument's coming in the comment section below, and trust me, I understand that. So I do hope people invest in it, but this is a video explaining why I have reservations about why I may not invest in it. I'm going to need something, some sort of reassurance from the companies. I may just take a step back and say, you know what, I'm going to see how this thing plays out for a year or so and see what happens. You know, that might be the attitude I take, and honestly that probably will be the attitude I take. But you never know, they might announce something completely revolutionary that really fills me with confidence about the technology, and I may end up thinking, you know what, 350 quid, it's not that much to drop. So I'm hoping that that's the way it goes, but you never know. So yeah, those are kind of my reservations on virtual reality technology. I mean, they've already announced a load of games that are going to be compatible with it. Some of them are quite interesting. Ark Survival, that's one of the games that's going to be on there. Tekken 7 is really interesting as well, the fighting game. We all love Tekken. You know, I love Tekken. I'm going to be getting Tekken 7 when it comes out. You know, that's going to be an interesting one to see how that works on virtual reality as well. I've seen rumours of No Man's Sky, but don't hold me to that, you know, because I haven't seen it officially on any lists. I've just seen rumblings about it. And there's a load of games that are coming out for the PlayStation specifically for this technology. So trust me, I mean, standing here now, with the technology really not even out yet, but we're really just sort of scratching the surface, it does look really enticing and it does look really promising, but at the same time there's so many other pieces of technology out there that have also been very promising from day one, and then they've also sort of fizzled out as well. So I mean, I want to believe that VR is going to be the next big thing to really revolutionise gaming. I don't know how realistic that's going to be, but I mean, prove me wrong, please do. I really, trust me, nobody wants VR to succeed more than me, but I still have my reservations, and I think these reservations are valid reservations, and I think they are things that people need to consider before investing in this technology. But now that we're done with the negatives, let's move on to the positives now about VR and look at the potential. I've already mentioned the evolution of the technology to get us to the point where we can literally plug our brains into games. We're maybe talking a few decades away from that, but I mean, all technology has to evolve from a very primitive standpoint, and we entirely could be on the precipice of actually evolving to that point in the future. So again, that's a positive. That's a potential very positive way of looking at this. The gaming industry could evolve in that direction, and trust me, I hope it does. When it comes to other positives as well, I mean, you know, it'd be nice to not tie up the TV while playing my games. I can actually just have the VR headset on my face and actually just play the game in silence, you know, on the sofa. As a family man, that's also a very, you know, positive thing for me. But of course, Sony have also announced that you can also stream games onto your PC as well, so that's also a potential resolution for that. But again, that's another positive for VR. Other things as well, like immersive experiences and bringing you into the game, sounds phenomenal. It sounds like the sort of thing from dreams. You know, if I went back in time 20 years ago and said to 20-year-old James playing on his PlayStation 1, hey, this is going to be a thing in the future, I'd sit there and think, the fuck am I smoking in the future? And that probably is the way I phrase it. 20 years ago, I was 5. Jesus Christ, I'm not making myself look good here, am I? Anyway, the point being, this technology sounds amazing and I really hope it does take off, but I do have my reservations, and honestly I'm probably going to sit back, wait for the price to drop a little bit and see how it sort of plays out, at least for the first year or so. And then don't forget as well, the first sort of load of this technology could be flawed, they could have bugs, and then they might have to release new versions of the technology, sort of updated versions in a year or so, and I could be picking up the newer, better versions instead. So that's another reason why I've got my reservations as well. I generally don't pick up new technology and new tech until it's kind of tested and proven. So yeah, I've been wrong on a lot of things when I've sat there and had my reservations and said, you know what, I'm going to see how this plays out, and it's played out and it's proven itself, and I've ended up jumping on the bandwagon, and I'm really hoping that it's the same thing with this. But I really think that this was an argument that really should be heard, and I think a lot of people are thinking it, but I haven't seen a lot of people saying it, and I think it's something that really should be said. So those are generally my thoughts on VR. I didn't plan down what I was going to say, I was just sort of, I booted up my camera and decided to start filming. So those are basically my thoughts. I really don't know how well all these thoughts came out. This was literally just me just looking at the camera and saying, right, I've got a million thoughts, how can I best just shove them at you at once? So hopefully you've followed what I've said and it hasn't just been a jumbled mess, but it's me, so it's entirely possible that that's how it's come off. Thank you for watching this video. I've been talking practically non-stop without breathing. Breathe, oxygen is good. Anyway, yeah, please let me know in the comment section below what you think about virtual reality. You're going to be buying it as soon as it comes out, and believe me, I don't want to discourage anyone from doing that, because the more people who invest in this technology, the more money they're going to make, the more confidence they can have in the technology, the lower they'll reduce the price, and the more savings for people like me who are going to sit here and say, you know what, you guys take all the risk. But again, please do invest in VR if you want to. I'm not looking down on anyone who does. In fact, I actually respect you a lot more than people like me who would just sit back and try and take the safe road. So please do invest in technology if you really want to, but of course think about these concerns that I've raised in this video. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Do you think I'm just sort of overthinking this all, or do you think I've got some very valid points? I don't mind which, as long as you keep it respectful. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like this video, share it on social media, get the discussion going. I'm going to end this video so I can actually breathe, and I'll see you next time.